Okay, we're live. So, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Blue Alpine TV. Today, with a bit of a special episode, we have a good friend of mine, Yves Cabre. He is currently in London. And today, what we're going to do is basically buy with Yves some kind of cryptocurrency and set it up on a hardware wallet. So, for all you newbies and beginners, we'll explain to you why we select certain cryptocurrencies, where we buy them, and how we safely and securely put them onto a hardware wallet so that they are in a safe place. So yeah, Yves, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
First of all, let's start with in what industry do you work currently?
I actually work in technology
Okay.
sales here in
So
London.
you probably already heard about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency for a while, right?
Yes, exactly. I
Okay.
somewhat understand the blockchain technology, but I always kind of struggle to get started with getting into cryptos. So
okay, why do you think that is?
I think there's an overload of information out there, and it's really hard to get started, right? There's so many different kind of avenues of getting into cryptos. It's really hard to choose a path. So I'm really looking forward to today.
Okay, very cool. So yeah, basically the idea of Blue Alpine Research is to cater to people like you. So people who are kind of interested in cryptocurrencies but don't really know where to start. It is our goal to kind of summarize the information that is out there and present it in an objective manner so that you can make your decision on your own. So you're probably familiar with CoinMarketCap. So maybe start with sharing your screen, and then we can go through CoinMarketCap.
Let me see. Here you go. Perfect. So can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen. Perfect. So today, a bit of red in the markets. Bit scary if you're not used to seeing red numbers or used to seeing those cryptocurrencies going down 5 to 10%. But in crypto, that's a usual day, so don't be alarmed here. Plus, what we start with, or what we generally tell people, is to invest into the fundamentals and not into the day-to-day chart. So for you especially, it's quite important that if you plan to invest with a long time horizon, that you invest in something that you believe in, and in something that you believe into the fundamentals generally.
Yeah, it's easy to make decisions just based on what you see in the day and be emotional about it.
Exactly. And our goal is really to get emotion out of the way and really think about, okay, how can we invest into the future and make this like put this into a diversified portfolio.
Perfect.
So let's say I would tell you you have to invest in one coin. In which one would you invest and why?
That's a good question. That's something that I've been thinking about for quite a while. I think Litecoin would be quite interesting because it's quick to accept new transfers, and it's easy to deal with than Bitcoin, and it seems to be kind of tied to Bitcoin in terms of how it behaved in the last couple of months. Ethereum, I think I pronounced that right. Ethereum is quite interesting as well, as it's more of a platform for other capability than just currency. So those two, I think, are the ones that I'm quite interested in.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so generally, like you said, Ethereum is really interesting as it's a developer platform. As you come from technology, you already know that Ethereum has made big waves in the developer community, in the technology community as is. And what is interesting with Litecoin, like you mentioned, is that it's quite tightly knit with the Bitcoin price. So when Bitcoin price goes up, Litecoin goes up as well. And when Bitcoin goes down, Litecoin goes down as well. What is special about Litecoin is that it is a bit quicker in adopting new technology. So as you know, these cryptocurrencies are built on certain technologies. And when you want to build on them or upon them, it goes, most of the time they are open source, so it goes through the entire open source way. Now, in case of Litecoin, as it's a, I would say, smaller team than Bitcoin, and it is not as controversial as Bitcoin these days, it has quick decision makers, and it is quick to adapt the newest technologies, which makes Litecoin currently a bit faster than Bitcoin as well. So I think this is a great way to get started with investing in a coin, just to learn the ropes and to understand how the investing part really works. Like down the road, I think we can dive a bit deeper into the technology, into the fundamentals of the different coins, but Litecoin is an interesting start.
Perfect.
So to get started, you are probably already signed up with different exchanges. So in order to buy the cryptocurrencies, you have to be signed up different exchanges. There are some in the US, some in Europe, and some in Asia. Now, the problem is a bit, as there is a huge run-up on these exchanges, some people are not really, have not been verified yet.
Yes,
and
exactly.
As far as I know, you are in a similar situation, right?
Exactly. I'm in a long queue trying to get verified on various platforms, and it just seems like there are too many people trying to get in at the minute. So I'm only verified on Coinbase.
Okay, that's actually a good start, because Coinbase is, I would say, I think it's the biggest exchange, and it's also the most user-friendly exchange as well. So it is how I think exchanges nowadays should work, especially in crypto. And the other exchanges, while they offer a bit more coins, it is a bit more complicated to really understand. So yeah, let's dive into Coinbase and maybe click around a bit to understand what exactly is happening. So you're logged in.
Exactly.
You're verified, so you can technically buy and sell cryptocurrencies right now. So what you're seeing first is the different coins. So you have Bitcoin, you have Bitcoin Cash, you have Ethereum, and you have Litecoin. Now, one of the special things about Coinbase is that it doesn't offer all the coins that we normally see on CoinMarketCap. That is technically a bit difficult, but it offers the most common ones. And also when we look at CoinMarketCap, it offers the strongest one in terms of the top 5 or top 10. Price-wise, it is ordered, so you can already see that the highest is Bitcoin, the lowest is Litecoin. What is also important is people don't really realize this, but you can buy fractions of coins as well. So let's say Eve wants to invest, you want to invest $200 or $500. You could buy a fraction of a Bitcoin as well. So
which is quite good. Since Bitcoin,
which is quite good, yeah. But most people actually think because the price is already too high that you are not able to buy a full coin. So they scare a bit away from it and jump to the smaller cap coins and smaller price coins. So don't be scared about that. We can also buy fractions of Bitcoin, but like we've just discussed, we are currently looking to buy Litecoin. So maybe click on the price. The chart looks really similar to the one from Bitcoin. So if you compare the colors, like it's about the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's like you said in the beginning, the Litecoin price is a bit tightly knit to Bitcoin's price. Now, in order to get buying, once you've added like a credit card or a bank account, you go to the buy and sell tab,
which I have open on here. So as you can see, this is my bank card. Thankfully, with redacted information. Otherwise, this video would be a bit of an issue. Yes.
Exactly. So your credit card is added. You can select buy or sell, and then you can select the coin. So you want to buy Litecoin. So you select Litecoin, and the payment method is selected. And now you can basically say how much of an amount you want to buy. So let's say it's currently in euros. Okay.
Let's see if you can get exactly a single coin.
Yeah, that might be a bit difficult. What you could do is maybe set it to just one Litecoin, and then it should adjust the euro amount as well.
Very true. Boom.
Yeah, perfect. Here we are. So what you can basically do now is click on buy Litecoin instantly, and for 170 euros, it will buy one Litecoin. Now you have to
Let's double
authorize.
check. Yeah.
So what is interesting before you buy? What is interesting, there is a fee. So every exchange, that's how exchanges make money. They charge you fees for the transaction. And since Eve is now trying to buy one Litecoin, he has to pay a certain amount in fees. Now, Coinbase, while very simple in usage and user experience, it is also the most expensive one. So just be aware about when you trade a lot or when you plan to buy a lot, these fees can add up. And it's important that you compare the fees as well before actually jumping into buying cryptos.
What's a good alternative if you are making quite a lot of trades out there?
Well, one thing, I mean, what we don't suggest is to make a lot of trades. What we say is make your research beforehand and buy bigger amounts, but in less trades. Because the more trades you make, like with buying and selling, and these are the people who are trying to chase the charts, they're losing more money or tend to lose more money on the fees. So we are more invested in a long-term horizon. So ideally, you just buy once and then you hold it for a while because you believe in the technology to come. Now, another, I think, cheaper exchange could be Bittrex, something like Bittrex, Binance. Those offer more altcoins, so more down the top 50, the top 100. Then there's also Bitstamp, which is, I think, a European company. And they have lower fees than Coinbase as well. And with Bitstamp, you can buy Ripple, Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, as far as I know.
Yeah.
So Bitstamp would be an interesting alternative, especially for people living in Europe.
Perfect.
Cool. So yeah, confirm the buy. Let's see what happens.
Confirm the buy. Buy failed, clearly.
Okay. You have to try again because you waited for too long. Yeah, exactly.
You might be getting more for our money. It's pretty much the same here. Let's buy again one Litecoin. Yep. Confirm. Let's see if that works.
Buy confirmation. Your request is being processed. And let's wait.
That definitely looks better than before.
Yeah.
So if I buy a Bitcoin and which takes longer to process because of the requests, is that because of the amount of requests that the blockchain is receiving?
Yes. So, I mean, in the buying and selling process, normally it shouldn't take a long time. So it doesn't matter whether you buy Bitcoin or Litecoin. However, when you transfer Bitcoin or Litecoin over the blockchain to, let's say, your Ledger wallet, which we're going to set up, it might take a bit longer because the network is either getting congested or the general technology on which Bitcoin is currently based on is just slower than, let's say, Litecoin. So it can handle less transactions per second, and that kind of causes traffic, let's say. So that is the reason why, let's say, Litecoin is a bit faster than Bitcoin.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, generally, I mean, speeds range from 5 minutes to 5 hours. So it can get quite stressful when you are not used to seeing those things. However, especially in Bitcoin and Litecoin, you have those blockchain explorers. So every transaction that you do, whether it's from sending from Coinbase to a Ledger or vice versa, is recorded on the blockchain.
Yes.
So at any moment, you can actually verify that the transaction has gone through. And once the transaction is on the blockchain, you don't really need to worry about it too much. However, if it takes a very long time, obviously you get a bit stressed there. Okay, so the request is still being processed. What you could do is maybe in another tab or in a new tab, check whether the request has gone through. Let's just hope there's nothing with the connection right now.
It should be all right. Let's see here. Bought Litecoin.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Interesting. It just seems like it's timed out on this side.
Okay. Completed.
Yes.
Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Now, when you can see now in your portfolio, you have one Litecoin. And you can normally keep this Litecoin now on Coinbase.
Yes.
So basically, let's say Litecoin jumps tomorrow to 5,000 US dollars, you could immediately sell and make money with it. However, normally you don't keep the coins on an exchange. Why? Because it is quite risky to keep it on an exchange, because exchanges can get hacked, can have technical difficulties, other problems, and that can result in people actually losing their coins. So one of the first things you should do once you've bought a cryptocurrency is basically moving them out of the exchange. Because the only reason why you would keep them on an exchange is in order to trade a lot, like buy and sell all the time, and maybe do swing trades and win or make gains from the charts. But since you're more of a long-term, since you have a long-term horizon and you want to invest for a longer time, you can easily move it away from the exchange and put it somewhere safe.
Perfect.
Okay, so since you bought Litecoin now, what Coinbase has did for you is also create a Litecoin address for you. So with that Litecoin address, you can technically at any moment send Litecoin to your Coinbase account. So once let's say 5 years down the road, you want to cash out on those Litecoins, you can send them back from a hardware wallet back to Coinbase and then cash it out there.
Yeah, so this is a fully functioning wallet that's just...
It's like a wallet, exactly. It's like a wallet. It's online, and it's currently in Coinbase's hand, which is also why it's technically risky, because companies can go bankrupt and all of these things, and you shouldn't risk that. However, I think in Coinbase's case, a certain amount, up to 100,000, as far as I know, is insured if you are a US citizen. But since we're not US citizens, this is always a legal problem. So let's not even risk that part.
Yeah.
Now, if you scroll up, I think there is the accounts tab. Exactly. And here you see those wallets. So now you have two options. You can send or receive those Litecoins. So let's say you want to send them, click on send.
Yeah.
And here what you would do is enter the Litecoin address where you want to send it to. So let's say if you owe me one Litecoin, or like an equivalent would be 170 euros, I could then give you my Litecoin address, and you could send it immediately by putting my Litecoin address into the recipients field.
Yeah.
Can select the amount. So let's say that would be 150 US dollars or 0.5 Litecoins or whatever. Then you spend an amount for the network fee. So the network charges you fees as well. And then you basically send me the money, I will receive it, etc.
So obviously with the network fees, we want to try and restrict the sending of money to a single time as well, I guess, similar to buying coins.
Yes and no. So on one hand, I think I'm pretty sure the network fees are not... like the network fees won't stay the same. So it's related to the amount that you will send. So if you send 100 US dollars, the amount will be a bit higher. If you just send $1 US, the amount will be lower. So that's most of the time it's not a problem. But ideally, yes, you want to send it when the fees are a bit lower. So when less transactions are being made on the blockchain.
Yeah.
But this is a bit of a more advanced topic. What is also interesting is with Coinbase, you can send it to an email address. So you have above there, you have another tab with email address. So for most people, it's a bit more difficult to let's say have a Litecoin address by heart or know that by heart. So you would ideally put in, let's say, the email address, and then you could send a Litecoin to the person. What you also can do, which is also pretty cool, is you can also send it to someone who doesn't have a Coinbase account yet. So basically, let's say you want to send money to your wife as a gift. You can basically enter her email address and then send this one Litecoin, and she will have to sign up to receive the Litecoin.
Okay, interesting.
Now, in our case, we will send it directly to a wallet.
Yeah.
And what you could do is maybe stop screen sharing and then quickly show us what kind of wallet you have. And this is it for the first episode. In the next episode, you will see how we will set up the Ledger hardware wallet. And in the third episode, you will see how we will send the Litecoin from the exchange to the wallet. So stay tuned.